Morning, everyone. Welcome to our Friday morning trading room. Hang on here a second. We'll get the screen share going on. Okay. Oh, come on, chart. Here we are. Okay, so yesterday's session, overall bullish, but this is a very deceiving bar. If you look at the intraday, you can see that it was really quite a sideways day overall. And volume tapering off again. So we're getting advancing bars, volume is dropping. That is suggestive that this rally may be petering out. We'll see what today brings. A reminder while I think of it. Oop, wrong screen. Yes, I'm looking at a Zafoon. There we go. Have you guys ever heard of a Zafoon? Hold on here. This is the coolest instrument. These are Canadian dollars, so you Americans, it's about 40 bucks US. It looks like a recorder. It plays like a saxophone. Go on YouTube, look up Zafoon. You will be amazed at the sound of that tiny little thing. All right. Okay, so it looks like the market coming down now a little bit. So no real surprise there. Given the light volume that we began with. All right, a little bit of pushback. Let's see, our first in-sync eagle signal working out pretty well today. That would have been right about here or here, both of which falling off nicely. It does appear as though we may have a bit of a trend going on here. Darn it, do I dare? What time is it? We're 6 minutes in. Let's see if I can get a second push on that number 3 signal. I'll give it a whirl. Well, the Bollingers are in sync. Okay, there's a couple little pushbacks. Ooh, it's early, but here we go. Let's see if if we get any follow through on this now. Stops should go back here to the hard edge somewhere. And we're looking for the market to drift down here toward the primary support zone. And I can get the trade to break even now. We're 3/4 of the way there. Tagging the primary support line. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Oh, they're kissing it. There they go. Come on, you can do it. Hooray. Okay, that's one for the good guys. Oh, and look at that follow through. That's nice. I almost had a feeling we would see a little bit more out of that, but I'm okay taking my profit. Time and again, you see that when I try to run it out a little further. The market just comes back and takes me at break even. All right, well, there we go. A little bit of a pushback as we start to get back to some of those numbers where we were trading yesterday around that 9,000, 9,005 zone. Yeah, it looks like we are pushing back from, like I said, those numbers where the market was really skewered yesterday around that 9,005 zone. Perked up a few buyers. Here we've got ourselves the first micro macro cross higher. You should be able to get it. A little bit of a scalp. You're only looking for 5 ticks. Stop placement could be a little tricky on that. Trend change signal brewing here in the Falcon. We already have a number 2 signal here in the Raptor. But I think I'm going to just kind of hold tight here for a minute. All right, a little bit of a pushback continues. We're closing in on the hard edge. This is where we expect a little bit of a pushback. Okay, Aspen's having some issues here. What's going on? Aspen says, good morning, Eric. Just dropped off the wife. It's brutally cold. Minus 32 degrees centigrade. That is cold by anybody's standards. With the wind chill. Did you have the room yesterday? I logged on, but no chart or video. Just wondering. Yes, I did have the room. Not sure why you could not get in. I'm not going to be able to host the room next week. We're going to have to alternate here for a little while. I think we're actually supposed to get snow today too. One second while I check the weather forecast. Oh, maybe a chance of flurries today. Not supposed to get around freezing until around next Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, hold on, spoke too soon. Snowfall warning. That's probably for the interior. Oh, crap. It's Vancouver Island too. Oh. Oh. Snowfall warning. Here we go. I live right about down there. Just kind of on the bottom little bit of that warning zone. 5 to 15 centimeters, that's about 2 to 6 inches. Interesting. Okay. Well, snow day. And the market's here dragging to a bit of a standstill again. Okay, we're back to the hard edge. We should anticipate some sort of reaction from here. But they drifted through the hard edge. What I suspect is going to happen is it looks like we're getting a retest now of this breakout. See, we got the little retest here. That made that selling opportunity a little bit easier. This is where we sold right through here. Now we're coming back with a bigger retest. There should be one more reaction here. What I suspect is we may get a few bars lower and then maybe even break this trend line. And then I think we'll see another rally. That's what I think. In fact, I may even leave that on there just so I can look like a rock star or a fool if it doesn't do what I've predicted. If we can get a couple of bars counter here on the Eagle, I will put my just in case order to buy above. We're trading in slow motion. I guess there's no, well, it's rare for there to be reports on on Friday anyway. Um, Christian asks a common question, actually, Christian. Christian asks, Eric, what do you think about using the hawk as confirmation to trade the eagle? When I get a signal on the eagle, I also look if the hawk is in the same direction. Now, it's funny you should phrase it that way because most people do it the opposite way. They'll look at a signal in the hawk and then they'll look to the eagle for confirmation. You're doing it looking at the eagle for a signal and then at the hawk for confirmation, which is quite interesting because, of course, the hawk, being a scalping tool, may be more sensitive to picking up changes than the eagle. You will find that your signals will have greater follow through when everything is in sync. When all the charts are jiving, you're going to find that it's a very easy trading day. So yes, there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. If you'd like to use your hawk as a filter for your eagle signals, then yes, by all means. Remember, it's so easy to get carried away with finding more and more signals, but you should have like well, I use the sniper analogy for lack of a better comparison, but we don't need to find more, right? We're not on a production line here. We need to find that signal that we can take with a great deal of confidence. Now, there will be times that even those signals that we look at that we feel really good about may not work out. But we make more money by multiplying our exposure, right? By trading as much as we can afford. But yeah, that's very interesting. You should put it that way. We're still waiting. I still haven't got 2 bars pushing against. So you can see we're producing a number 1 signal. It may drift higher here. There may not be enough going on that the market's going to act normally today. Well, here we go. We're getting a much bigger break than I anticipated, obviously. So let's get these out of the way. That number one signal actually working out quite nice. We're trading back now to the median line, which is where we began the day. I missed out on that for obvious reasons. I really thought we were going to see a little bit more of a pushback. Well, we're practically back to where we started the day, so a very neutral day so far. Where did the sellers go? Oh well, dropped the ball on that little bullish rally. Might get another chance to short, or maybe not. It's pretty quiet right now. Oh there's nothing to do until we get another signal. Well, we can't force it, so you just gotta wait. Okay, well now we're coming at the hard edge from the other side. Wasn't really much signal-wise to take advantage here. And honestly, there's really not that much structure to the market either. We saw a move lower and then a move higher, which took back the previous move lower. We should expect a little bit of a reaction here because we're in the hard edge. We're getting a first micro macro cross to sell. We're going to get a trend change signal here in the Falcon. If we come back with a number 2 signal here on the Raptor, that might be worth a shorting attempt. And you have to excuse me here for a moment. I've got a phone call coming in. Be right back. Telemarketers. I should have known better. Usually I don't answer if I don't recognize the phone number. And I can usually tell the age of people by the way they pronounce my name. As you may or may not know, Eric, my version of Eric, is spelled with an H on the end. It's a German spelling. My parents were German, but it's pronounced Eric. Eric's one of those names, there's tons of variations how to spell it. E-R-I-C is the most common, E-R-I-C-K, E-R-I-K, E-R-I-C-H is mine. There's probably a few more in there. But with younger people, and I'm making myself sound like an old fart. Well, I guess I'm almost in old fart territory, but because younger people, 20 somethings, have grown up with words like email, eBay, e-transfer, they look at my name and they pronounce it e-rich, which I find very odd. Especially there's a woman I have dealings with who she's in Ontario. Her name is Erica, and she calls me e-rich. And I had to tell her, like, really, Erica? You can't make that connection? Our names are the same except for the last letter. Do people go around calling you E-Rika? I don't get it. But anyways, if you call me E-Rich, I usually have a pretty good idea how old you are. And to be fair, I suppose there's worse things to be called. It'd be a good name for a website, actually, erich.com. Oh, man. All right, here's the number 3 signal. We got a decent second push on it. I'm going to tee up to take it. I don't have a ton of confidence in the signal, but what the heck. Actually, I may be more inclined to see the market head lower. That may instill a little bit more confidence. Or even if the market retraced back here to the primary support zone, which ideally is where our stops would go. I'm not going to leave them that far, but that's where they should go. Even if the market retraced way down here, that would make for a better recovery, I think. You know what? I'm not liking it. I'm going to hold off here for a sec. I'm not liking it because of the high. This is looking very much like a test of the extreme to me now. Now, if I get a double pushback, you know, if the market turns here one more time and heads lower, yeah, I'll definitely entertain another buy attempt. But right now, I'm just not feeling the love. In fact, if we head lower, we should produce a number 2 signal. We may be too far from this high to actually count as a number 2 signal. Oh yeah, see, look at that. We're falling off a little bit off of the this little high right here, which would give us a test of the extreme. You could throw a just in case order to short below there. Might not be a monster move lower. You may only get your 5 ticks, which would be fine. A move back here to the primary support line, that would definitely be a home run. Okay, well, there's your number 2 signal. Did not print as a number 2 because the whole thing, we've got too many bars since the high, but that is what you're looking at there, a number 2 signal. Market's starting to roll over on itself a little. The trend line is going to encourage some buyers. I'm going to try to get in there. If you wanted to be more aggressive on this trade, you could look to short right about there. The nice thing, of course, about getting in earlier is it's that much easier to find your profit target. The downside is the market, you're kind of second guessing what the market will do. It hasn't really committed yet, but it should work. Okay, so we got filled to the short side. Got to get my stop loss order in play. And this is the big test right down there. Okay. Come on, don't flinch yet. Wow. Lack of follow through here this morning is quite impressive. Come on, sellers, you got to go. If they don't get it together soon, we could see a bigger rally. Oh, nuts. Well, if they tag me out, they're probably going to run the highs. I don't often reverse on a position, but you could look at buying if we get tagged out. Well, we'll give them a moment here to head lower, see things our way. All right, boys and girls, we got to wrap up shop here for the week. If you are going to stay with this market, like I said, if this short attempt fails, there is a good chance the market may try to go higher. Certainly take out this high. Don't know if it'll get all the way up here to 90.50. That would psychologically kind of be the next number to go for. It is possible where 20 points is not out of the reach of the market, but a very stagnant kind of day here today. Reminder, no trading room next week. I will see you the week following. We'll talk to you then. Bye for now.